Show us your tips. Daggy and Beaver with you back for Champions Stakes Day or Champions Day at Flemington. Beaver, we're 3/4 of the way through Cup Week. How are you faring?
3/4 the way through and still kicking, still breathing, and still fighting on. So yeah, it's been good.
It's been some great ripping racing. Flemington's held up really well.
Yeah, it has.
Good track yesterday, and we've got good track tomorrow.
Really fair track yesterday.
So yeah, I think all good signs. I haven't seen a rail movement just yet, but anticipating it's going to play pretty well. How'd Oaks Day treat you in general?
Yeah, not too bad. I think we mentioned earlier before we come on air here that wasn't too bad a day. Fared quite well early in the day. Paddled a bit late, but came out where you needed to be, in front of the ledger.
Yeah, I did my absolute arse, so let's try and find some winners tomorrow. I blame Hawkesbury, or Hawkesbury's fault.
Yeah, I don't know why you tipped a $10 one in.
I know.
In the last, and
Trying to talk about it. Anyway,
any highlights, lowlights?
I was disappointed in the ride on Pavitra.
Yep.
I thought it should have made She's Extreme try and stay.
Yep.
Was sitting shot there. I'm sure Connection's
Yeah, the slow pace.
But if you're on the best stay and she was still going the same pace when She's Extreme went past her, make her try and stay. We've seen it with Lisquetti Spirit and Pinot and those sort of horses. You can drag the sprint out of them.
Well, you could tell there wasn't a true staying test because generally in those races, some of the ones that can't stay drop right out. But it wasn't as huge a gap. Like you look at the distance between the winner and the last in the Cup.
You go back and watch Old Oaks and they're 20 lengths.
They're 20 lengths, but there was no pace on, and from the top two, kind of three cleared out. But from fourth to the last, it was in a clump, a little bit behind those. But you just couldn't run on because of the pace. So you're right. I think if you knew it was going to be sit and sprint, She's Extreme was going to sit on the back and get that sprint. It was going to be too easy, but which it was. But they need to make it. Pavitra needed to make it a staying contest. May have brought a couple others into the race, but it looked to be going well.
Yeah. Apart from that, we let a JMac $22 winner get under our guard in the last, and a few other bits and bobs. But it was good racing. I can't complain.
Roots was good. I thought that was it was clearly the best bet on the day, and won well. And the winner in the first, it knuckled down really good as well, Matron Bullwinkle. I thought that was a good win and knuckled down nicely. I think it's going to go on to better things.
And just for the record, we're barring Hawkesbury from the show. We can do Dubbo and Tuncurry instead next time they're racing there. All righty, let's get to Flemington for Champions Day, where it is, as I said, we're going to get a good track, good day.
What do we do?
Enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah, enjoy it. Let's no official rail movement just yet, but should be right. It's Flemington. Let's keep an eye on swoopers, but we kick off with a benchmark 90 mile to start the day. Beaver, where are you looking in the first?
Look, hard to go past French Emperor, $4.50, $5 mark. Its last two runs have been outstanding. It just keeps improving with racing, and I expect that it's probably got some improvement left after last run. It carried the 59.5 last start, gets 54 here, so it drops 5.5 kilos in really well at the weights, and was a very nice win. I think it's going to be the hardest to beat, and keen to see how the resuming Castlereagh kid goes. It'll probably set the pace here, and if fit enough, can run a bold race. It had some really good form last prep.
Yeah, not much more to add. French Emperor's a great way to start the day. They've got it worked out now, flying, and a nice draw to start the day. You mentioned Castlereagh Kid, Nash is down to ride. We'll give you a side up front, and I guess the other unknown is Chicago Bear, the international resuming. Trials have been good. So I think they're the three. I think we can almost cover all three and still finish well in front. So looking forward to a good start to the day. 2,000 metre benchmark 80 comes up next, where I am with the favourite. I was surprised it was so short, but Aesop first up off EIPH, had the issue last time. We've seen Reynoso come out and win off it. So whatever it is, they pull up off it quite well for some reason. And before that was flying. 2 great runs before that. Comes here to a winnable race, and a nice start to the day for Jamie Carr. She could have the first 2 winners. Sort of went looking for Parisian Dancer, but I think she's just a wet tracker. And really, there's nothing else I want to talk about here.
Yeah, Aesop certainly I'd be saving on, but I'm going to back Woods. I thought last run was outstanding. It flew home at Geelong, was carried 58, and pretty good, decent race that was, with Cuban State. Came
Yep.
from 12th on the turn. It's got a massive finish, this horse, and if you go back to its previous runs, they were also well back in the field and flashed home. I think it'll be suited here. The distance is nice, 2,000, and with some pace on, could be the knockout chance.
Cool. The listed Amanda Elliot is up next, 1,400 metres. What have you done here?
Yeah, tough
Yeah.
race. Probably the hardest race on the day here. So $6 the field. I kind of went looking for a little bit of value here in some lightly raced. I went for the Beg Train Magic Time. Thought it could run well if get a right through. It's only had the one start on the synthetic at Pakenham, but won really easily, won by 5 lengths, and led all the way. So looks to have a bit of ability, this one. So not going to let that get under my guard. And I also thought the Waller trained Atlantic Ocean. It resumed well at Warwick Farm. They've brought it down for here for this, and had some decent prep runs back, and has had experience at this track last time in, so earlier this year.
I went looking for the same sort of setup, but I went for the Sydney form. You mentioned Atlantic Ocean, dry track, I think was the key to it. Came down, will go better on dry, did resume on a soft, but it was a nice soft win there. Gets Ollie, and at double figures, I think is going to be a bet for me here, as well as the one that didn't get a run yesterday. Where is it? Street Gossip. Saved from yesterday. Nice debut, flashed home through there, and I'm just looking for fresh blood. I'm a bit over the top of these horses at the top of the market. So
that's the same as me.
Looking there, and yeah, you mentioned Magic Time. Sweet, and now is the other one that saved from didn't get a run Thursday, comes here. All of them are value, and I'm happy to back the couple I've mentioned. Race 4 is a 2,600 metre Group 3 Queen's Cup, where I've decided that this import for Chris Waller Soulcombe doesn't have to be too much of a superstar to win this. Comes here, looks lightly raced. All its wins were very impressive. Looks to get through, looks to handle the good tracks quite well. And I think we see a nice debut and put away for autumn. From Captain Envious, keeps jumping the bar at a big price and is just fresh blood in this race. And Luna Flare didn't get the run. It was scratched from the Cup. I assume they'll be quite keen at runs well here. But again, looking for different form lines at the back end of this carnival, Beaver.
Yeah, same. Soulcombe, I've got clear on top here. I think you're right. I think it'll come here first start, and this sets up for a nice easy kill. As you said, it won't need to be any superstar to beat these, and its overseas form looks too good for these. 2,600's about right, I think, and Wallace should have this ready to go.
The 2,000 metre Matriarch Stakes, Group 2 for the mares. What do you like here?
Another really tough race here. I'm going to go with Tissue. I think it's ready to break through now. It's been racing in better company than what it meets here. And I think this gets its weakest field for a long time. It's been in Group 1 and Group 2 races all through this prep. This is by no means that. Gets J-Mac aboard, gate 5. And this is a pretty average field. I went looking for something to beat it, and there isn't anything. So a Tissue on top for me.
There is something. One that was given absolutely no chance last time. Went into market, Honey Creeper. It was jagged back and was never, ever going to be a chance in that race. Gets Nash now, and an inside gate. So I assume it's going to be up on pace and going to give you a real sight here. You've covered off a Tissue, one of the best finishes in the Empire Rose, and gets J-Mac, obviously scary. And Foxy Frida back to Flemington will suit now. And I think runs well, but I think they're the main ones. Can't see too much outside of that. Next best would have been, I'm throwing Glory Bound into the early quaddie, just slightly raced, and again, a bit of different form. First of the Group 1s kicks off the quaddie. The Champion Sprint, 1,200 metres, weight for age, up the straight. What are you doing here?
Yeah, look, there only looks to be 3 chances in my mind as well, and the market suggests that. The top 3 in the market, just the other ones are just too inconsistent at the moment, and then you've probably got a couple of others that are stepping up a lot in class against this field. I'm going Nature Strip. its form is too good to be true down the straight and this distance at Flemington. The good track's going to play into its favour as well. It goes good on any track, but look, J Mac aboard. Gate 12, I think, means it can sit wherever it wants to, just plough up the middle of the straight, get some cover if it needs to. It'll be super hard to beat. There's no doubt about it. I'm not telling anyone anything they don't know. And Bella Nipotina is just going so well at the moment. It's hard to go past. But Nature Strip for me, I think it wins.
I think Nature Strip's a complete moral. I think it was the run of the Everest. I'd given none on that hot pace, 3 wide the whole way outside lead, and to still be only nabbed in the last 100 metres. J-Mac will be looking to make up for that. Gate 12's perfect. Get a bit of a breather halfway up the straight here and then kick away. I think it wins by 2. Bella Nipotina runs second. As you said, she's flying. She's had a Group 1 win now. Back to the inside, the negative, but will run well. And, Giga Kick you have to respect it. Did beat at home.
If Nature Strip won the Everest, it's probably $1.50. Yeah, at best.
Yeah. So I'm sticking with it.
Which it didn't.
Yeah. And that's right. We don't know how good Giga Kick is. Maybe underselling it. But I'm pretty keen we see the best of Nature Strip in this one. The 7th is the Champions Mile, 1,600 metres, again at Weight for Age for $3 million. We've got Private Eye, who's absolutely flying. Stepping up 13 to a mile is short. Are you looking that way, or does it feel a bit? I don't know.
It feels a little bit icky to me. It hasn't. It's had one run on the track and has won, but certainly not over this distance. It was over the 1,200 down the straight. It is flying at the moment. There's no doubt about it. But I just $2.50. Maybe it's a good price. I don't know. But I was looking around it. I'm going for the other Group 1 proven performer in Cascadian.
Mm-hmm.
I really like its form at the moment. 2 back. It won fairly easily, beat Numerian, but it wasn't even get out of second gear in that. And similarly, last start, won very easy. Not the best horses that it beat, but prior to that, it did run well behind I'm Thunderstruck. So I think it can run a really, really bold race here, and it will run out the 1,600 metres as good as, if not better than any of these. Obviously, My Oberon was very good in its first up win, but it steps up to a different level here.
Yeah, I went the same way. I ended up going with Cascadian, and I like the fact it's had the blowouts freshened up back to a mile. J-Mac around Flemington. You've covered off quite well and is an each way price. I actually think Alligator Blood's going to run well here. I think back from the Cox Plate, getting a bit of a softer pace up front. Not a lot of speed here, really. I think it pretty much gets complete control from Tuvalu and Mr. Brightside will be up there. But I think can give you an each way sight. I'm not particularly big fan of the horse, but I've got a feeling I might end up backing it tomorrow.
I'm really confused with Mr. Brightside, like this preparation, how they haven't taken it forward. Like the only race, the last 3 starts they haven't taken it forward. The only race they did 4 starts back where they took it forward and it won.
Yeah.
So a bit surprised by that.
I agree. In my mind, it's an on-pacer, and it hasn't been. So hopefully tomorrow might be the day for it. If it goes forward, it's definitely a quaddy chance there. But if Private Eye came out 1 by 3, it wouldn't surprise me. I just can't get my head around it at a mile, straight up to a mile. I'm sure lots of people will be ploughing into it if favourites are winning, though. So we'll see what happens. A 2,000 metre Champion Stakes again. Weight for Age, Group 1. We've got the Cox Plate rematch. And to me, you're only really betting that Anamoe's still okay, aren't you?
Yeah, that's
if
all
it
you're
turns
betting.
up and is fit and firing and at its best, it wins again.
Yep.
Is that it?
I think so. I mean, it's clear on top of here. You've got, again, you're going to get even money. And it just keeps beating these horses. So it's going to be super hard to beat. There's some down in the market that can't win. And, you've got Moonga on the 4th line of betting here, and I don't think it's anywhere near what it has been. And Zaki really beat Anamoe? The only danger is I'm Thunderstruck.
Yep.
You just got to back Anamoe, I guess.
I will be. I'm going to throw Mustang Valley into the quad. He's the only horse I'll mention because, well, everyone told me that La Creek was Winks last week, and even I was against it. And it has formed through it, bolted in a Group 1 on a heavy track last time, and just for complete different form, goes in the quaddie. Don't think I have much on it, but I can see myself having good crack at Anamoe. It's one of these we're going to have a lot of people with the all up of the favourites in these 3 races.
Yep.
So we'll see how that pans out. The last is the 1100 metre benchmark 80 to finish the carnival. Who have you found here?
Yeah, tricky race here. I narrowed it down to 3, and I was looking for a little bit of value. I obviously like Piccaronis as a horse, and I think it could be well suited by the straight track and the draw. I've been following this horse. I think it can sit on the pace or just behind it, and I think it's certainly the hardest to beat here. So I had it on top, and then I went looking for a little bit of value, and I come up with 2 horses. Number 18, Do Your Punk, third up here, won well last start, and we'll be finishing off. And I thought Lempicka is going pretty good, and it can finish hard down the outside. It was only 2 lengths behind a Very Fine Red and Shellstar in a listed race last time. Carrying 56.5, I think he can run really well as well.
Agree with what you said about Piccaronis, and I did the same when looking for a couple, which Hypothetical was nommed in Sydney as well, stays here, unbeaten on the dry track, and I think runs well again. That was quite a good win last time, and Along the River just had no luck at all last time. Now gets outside gate with Craig Williams. I think is a sniper's chance here. Tripodi, if it gets a run, obviously J-Mac in the last is scary. Does have form through some nice horses in Passive Aggressive and Star Patrol last prep. But a good little way to finish the day. For progroupracing.com.au, have you got your quaddie ready? This could pay somewhere between nothing and a lot.
Yes, so it is. It could.
I suppose everything could, really. But anyway,
yeah.
What's this one look like?
What does this one look like? In the first leg, I'm going number 1, Nature Strip, and number 9, Bella Nipotina. Just going short there. In the next leg, I'm going to leave out the favourite and look for a little bit of value here. I'm going to go number 3, Cascadian, number 4, Alligator Blood, number 9, My Oberon. In the next leg, I'm just going to go skinny and just going to go number 7, Anamoe.
Yep.
And then I'm going to try and hope to get a bit of value in the last. We're going to go number 10, Piccaronis, number 14, Hypothetical, number 17, Along the River, number 18, Do Your Punk, number 16, Lempicka, and number 12, El Salto.
Beautiful. Your best and value, right in as well when at a Private Eye wins, and let Beaver know what you think of him.
Yeah, that's right.
Leave a
I'm
comment below.
happy just to take it on.
No, fair call. What's your best and value?
Race 4, number 11, Soulcombe, is going to be my best bet of the day, the overseas import. And my value bet comes up in race 9, number 16, Lempicka.
Nature Strip's my best. It'll win.
Yep.
So best of the day there. Anamoe, they're my 2 best. There you go. Race 3, number 12, Street Gossip is my value. Lightly raced for Mark Newnham. We head up to Rosehill, where it is, off-season racing with another couple of $1 million races just crowbarred in. Once again, we get a good track. We get the rail in the 3 metre mark. We get standard Rosehill, so it should play pretty fair in the 3 metre position. We kick off with a 1,300 metre benchmark 72 midway. Did a lot of this form after I got home from the pub last night, so it'll be a surprise to all of us. Who do you like in the first?
Well, mate, not easy. Look, I didn't really like too much at all. If I was forced to have a bet, I thought something like one of these, mate. Number 10, I See Things.
Okay. Either or on top for me. He was outside lead last time and very brave through the line there. Has run well the last few in this grade. If it gets a soft enough run, should be hard to beat here. From I See Things, who was the best closer in that either or race. I suppose Verbeck's due to win one of these, but either or, and I See Things for me in the first. Second is the Highway. Anything here?
No, this was another really tough race here. I thought number 22, Prophet's Pride, could run well if it gets a start. thought its first up win was pretty good, and can't see why it wouldn't win.
Fair enough. Give it strength. Race 3 is the 2,400 metre benchmark 78, where I was keen to take on the favourite here. I went looking for the horse that's had the 2,400 metre lead-ups, and that's Essential Sky. I think it's shown a nice turn of foot twice now. We'll see how it goes back onto a dry track, but has had the solid hit-outs here over the distance, sets up well for this. Around a $6 mark, have it on top from obviously King Frankel, who, it was just a win at Warwick Farm, but did the job there. And Pale King Dry absolutely suits and is going to run well again here. Which way did you go?
I thought our candidate could run really well.
Thank you.
I really liked the way it had the big weight last start at
Port.
and won really, really well. When it wound up, it hit the line super hard, and I thought, it was a clear on top pick for me. I thought it could run well, gets a 2 kilo claim here, and I certainly think it will run out the 2,400.
Cool. We've got a benchmark 78 over the 1,800 metres up next, where it's all systems go here for number 7, Naval Seal. A nice resumption, just missed there. I think back onto the dry definitely suits. Second up and back to the track. I think it's clearly the horse to beat, as the market suggests, but I think this will be winning, Beaver.
Yeah, I think the same as well. I think its form last preparation was very good. It got beat by a fairly decent horse last start. So I think it can run really well again. And, second up last time was 3 lengths behind Waterford. We know it's a good horse. So, clear on top pick for me.
The 5th is a benchmark 78 over the 1,200 metres. What have you done here?
Another tough race on the card here. Not a lot to get excited by here. I went for number 3, Bend the Knee, resuming here. Resuming last prep, finished 5th in the Derby Munro listed race behind Marzu. So I think it's only lightly raced, only had the 10 career starts. Did go to Brizzy last prep and ran in some group races there. Had 3 trials in prep for this. I think he can run well.
I was keen on Sawami on Tuesday at 20s. I've now got to take $8, which is less exciting, but I think it's come back in good. All the trials have been good, and with their stable flying with the new trainer there, David Pfeiffer, and we'll give you a sight from Foxfighter, who's going really well, honest, and I'm going to revisit Ben and Knee because you made a good case for it. The 6 is the $1 million Golden Gift, a random $1 million race for 2-year-olds over 1,100 metres here. I went through and did the trials on all of these, and it only sort of made me more confused at the end of the day, so I don't really have an answer necessarily. I think Summer Loving's a talented horse and is going to make a nice debut, right racing style. But generally we see in races like this, the race brigade come to the fore, so maybe Barber's the obvious, but tricky race.
Yeah,
Probably
I thought
not big investment for me.
Yeah, same with me. I thought Barber was the obvious. Summer Loving, Waterhouse is really hard to know with these 2-year-olds because they can go out and win trials by a long way because she punches them right out.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the other horses are just sitting, having a nice jiggy jog trial. So sometimes you can be a bit, that can be a bit flattering. That's what I got on top.
Cool.
Barber.
The Hot Danish, the Group 2 of 1,400 metres. She was a good horse.
Yeah, it goes all right.
For the girls, not sure there's any Hot Danishes in this.
I don't think so.
But I found the one down the bottom here, the 3-year-old. She's a belter. I think dry's the absolute key to her. When she got in the dry last time, she was explosive, albeit in the 2-year-old stuff. But the resumption was okay too, buried back on the inside. They never really got a crack. So I think all things being equal, she can wrap this field up and is on top. Electric Girl's going well. Needs a win. And not a lot else I want to talk about. I think I pretty much had Night of Romance next best, but I think that's it. Fairly keen that's it. Actually, More Secrets shouldn't be 40 to 1. That's the only other thing I'll mention.
Yeah, I had She's a Belter as well. I think it can, the dry track's going to suit here. And it wasn't the worst run in the world first up. It was 8th, 3 lengths behind Promise of Success, which is a good horse. Started favourite in Melbourne on Tuesday. So I think it can run well, and I had it on top, but certainly scared of Samut. I tipped it in at good value last start, and it was a good run. It flew home. Probably almost should have won that race.
Does it need to be wet?
Well, it's had 5 starts on the good for 2 wins and a placing, so it never won on the soft. So I'm thinking no, but we'll soon see. That was my one concern, but looking at the form, not necessarily, but certainly think it's a good knockout chance, and I wouldn't let it under your guard.
The 8th is the $2 million 5 Diamonds over 1,800 metres. Does Ellsberg win again?
I'm going around Ellsberg. I think $2.40, $2.50 is a bit skinny over the distance. It's untried over 1,800 metres. Furthest it's gone is 16, which it did win a Group 1 race. But this will test it. It's got 59 kilos and it's got to run 1,800 for the first time. It is a Rosehill, not Randwick, so that helps it. Will depend a little bit on the track and how it's playing. I've gone for Ayrton. I think it can run really well. It's third up here. I think the good track is right up its alley. Yeah. It's all its best form has been on good tracks. Plugged home okay in the softer going last start behind Ellsberg, but I think it's ready to win now and was second behind I Wish I Win. Only beaten a length first up.
I've gone to Melbourne form. Uncle Bryn. It was a massive win at Sale. It helped that I was on it. All its runs have been really good. Good form. Smoking Romans just wasn't right in a 2-rack, but all the rest of the form is good. Happy to take the $8 or $9 it currently is. If Seaback backs up on the 5-day backup, it's going to run well at 20s. Ellsberg, obvious chance, next best. I think Ayrton needs a kill. It's just lots and lots of things haven't gone right for it for a while. But dry track, absolute key. You're right there. The 1,100 metres for the girls is up next. Benchmark 78. Not the most exciting way to finish the day, these next couple. I was against a favourite. I'm not sure about that early form there. I think Coco Rock's quick backup, Winning Verse quick backup can run well from Coco Rocks, who resumed okay at Warwick Farm. But this isn't really a race, so maybe the fresh blood is better. Beaver?
Yeah, I'm going with the favourite IME. I think it'll definitely be hardest to beat here. One of the better bets, I think, on the card. Ma Eustace, can't go wrong here. It's in their stable now. Go back last preparation, won down the straight at Flemington back in April. Then in a listed race, ran really well behind Zapateo. It's Scone, and then was behind Passive Aggressive again down at Flemington. Tried well for this. Wasn't fully tested. Inside gate, hopefully it just doesn't get blocked there, but should be winning this.
Cool. The benchmark 78 over the 1,400 metres wraps up the day, where I've sort of found Arnica on top. I think it fits this race well. It's not a stable I ever want to back. I seem to have found them a lot lately. Nice resumption. That win before it went out was quite stylish, and comes back to an average race here to beat Belarus, who's probably the best horse. Second up onto a dry, all ticks there. It might be a moral, but I think that's about it, really.
Yeah, look, good find there, and I think you're right. Arnica was a really good. Resumed really well, and then they've put it out for this short spell and brought it back again here, which is interesting. Gets the 1.5 kilo claim, which will help. And prior preparation, they had a lot of wraps on this horse, and it just didn't live up to those expectations. I'm very wary because I think maybe they've found the key now, and if it has hit its straps, I reckon $7 is going to be a really nice bet to find out.
Yeah.
So I thought that Belarus, we know's got good form. In its last prep, and it'd only have to produce something like that to be well in this. And I thought shorts could run well as well. Scratched yesterday for this, so I'd take note of that. But so I thought that was sort of where the 3 chances lied, but the 7 just at the value.
Cool. The Randwick Quaddie tomorrow in the first leg. 1 Electric Girl, 5 Night of Romance, 11 More Secrets, 12 She's a Belter, 1 Ellsberg, 4 Ayrton, 7 Uncle Bryn, 10 Seaback, third leg, 1 Coco Rocks, 3 Winning Verse, 4 I Am Me, 5 Miss J Fox. And we'll come home with 4 Bella Rouge, 7 Arnequa, 10 Spangler, 13 Short Shorts. You got a best and value for us in Sydney?
Yeah, my best bet is race 9, number 4, I Am Me. And my value bet is race 8, number 4, Ayrton.
I'm going to make my best race 4, number 7, Naval Seal. Do I have a value here? What have I said? Let's have a look. Talk amongst yourselves, punters. I will make it Arnica in the last. Race 10, number 7. You can tell I'm enthused for Rosehill tomorrow, can't you?
Very good.
Anyway, you got anything up north?
Yeah, I got a few bets up north. I think we can find some winners up there, as we did in the last yesterday. So starting on the right foot there. Going to go the first starter from the Waller stable in the first. Number 3, Chrysaor.
Mm-hmm.
Then moving along, race 3, number 3, Bulu. I think it can run really well. My next bet is race 6, number 1, Without Revenge. And then we will get our value in race 8, number 4, Be Water, My Friend.
Beautiful. Good advice for all of us. Good luck tomorrow, Beaver. Good job.
Same to you.
Thank you. And we'll talk to everyone next week. Check out progretracing.com.au. We've got through Cup week, back to some midweek stuff next week. Good luck tomorrow. Chat soon.